Um, we should probably do an intro thing, right? Like,
We have an intro?
well, it's usually just me going, "Welcome back to Bookies with your friends."
Welcome back to Killing Your Friends.
Hey, nice guys, it's Tyler Antoni and his awesome brigade talking about the chapter. Yeah.
Welcome back to
Algebra
Sleeping in
Late
Late.
Edition.
How my feelings?
Sorry, I mean, Austin.
It's okay. I'm
I don't
just an idiot.
Have you noticed I've been getting you and Mitch confused lately?
A little bit. I think
It's-
you called me
I don't
Joe
know
the
why.
other day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Austin. You're just so forgettable.
Sorry, Mitch.
I'm just kidding.
Ow.
It's Mitch. Oh my god.
Perfect timing. We just started.
Welcome back
Yeah, it
to...
turns out Austin died.
Yeah, I was worried about Austin.
I slept 13 hours. Muted my phone.
I was kind of scared.
No, I'm okay.
I need to get my laptop charger.
Okay, so
We doing problems?
yeah, we'll do.
What the fuck?
Austin, you got a screen share.
God, I always forget.
Get out. I want to see you play Binding of Isaac.
Isaac Binding.
So my problem was 5.6. Proved that the group f of x, y visualized in example 5.3. It's a co-product z little fucking star z of z by itself in the category GURP. So I'm pretty sure the solution to this is just one of those little baby graphs. And I believe I didn't write it up. I had it up yesterday. The graph should just look something like this.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm Austin, and it just looks like you fucking do it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. And then I think you just make it go to some other function like g, and you're like this. Like, I think this is just the solution. I'm not kidding.
Man, I love
Wow.
category theory.
We're
And then you just say that, like, this one is the universal product or whatever for x. Like, you have the 1 go to x or whatever, and then this one you have, like, 1 go to y.
universal property, I believe.
Yeah.
Nice job, Austin.
And I think
Good
that's
job,
it.
Austin.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I would say so too. It seems
That sounds
Well,
very...
if only we had our Austin impressions recorded from earlier.
just fucking do it.
I think I might have some recordings of this. I have to...
Yeah,
In case you're wondering, Austin, we were impersonating you because you weren't here, and I think it was Lane was like, I have this question, and I read it, and I think you just fucking do it. and it's amazing that those were basically your exact words as you did your problem.
Yeah, you just fucking do it.
My favorite impression of Austin was when someone did the phone jingle.
Oh.
So who's next?
Yeah.
Who is next?
I'll go next. I'll turn on my
No,
screen
Joe.
share.
Hold on. Who's next?
Oh, it has to be on like the top layer. Weird.
I think this is Lane.
Here, let me share my screen. Mine isn't. So I wrote a bunch of stuff down, but it's not actually a lot of work. It was more so just making sure I knew what everything
fucking
was.
see what this shit is.
Is this
Holy fuck.
Paint?
Yeah,
Oh my
we all have been
fucking
using
God.
Paint, Mitch.
I've been
God.
using...
Fuck you, I've been using Paint 3D.
Sorry.
Have
you presented a problem in a while?
No.
Wait. So my problem was 5.5, and I had to verify that H and then upper like circle plus A is a group. And so these are all of the maps from some random set A into the group H, where most things map to the identity. There's only finitely many things that don't.
Austin, can we get... Wait. Okay.
Okay, so these are maps from A to H.
Whose screen is this?
This is mine.
Okay.
I think it's mine.
Okay.
Okay, and if they're maps from A to H, then automatically they sort of inherit the multiplication from H. And so I just defined a couple maps. This one is the identity map. It's the one that sends everything to the identity. And this one is the inverse map. It just sends something to its inverse in H. And then from there, you just check that it's a group. So the addition in this group is just given by here. And then seeing that it's well-defined just proves that it's closed. Right? So if I take two maps and I add them together and apply them to A, automatically I can split them and then take their addition in H. Since A and A prime only have finitely many things that don't map to the identity, then this also has finitely many things that don't map to the identity, and so it's in the set. Ass is pretty easy too. All you have to do is note that while addition is commutative in H, so it's automatically commutative here, or associative, I mean. Checking the identity is pretty easy, because it just automatically sends it to alpha of whatever you're applying to, and you can check the reverse. And then inversion is also really easy. If I have a map alpha and a map alpha sub -1, it just maps to minus alpha plus alpha, which is the identity on H. And then you can check that the reverse is true. So since this map is always the identity for every A, then this map here has to be the inverse of alpha. And this is a group. So just, yeah.
Hooray!
Yay.
Hey, Pip.
Is
Okay.
it my turn?
Dakota.
Well, it sure isn't my turn.
Do you want to go next, Benji?
No, I don't have anything.
Great.
All right. I still can't share anything other than my entire screen. All right, that's fine. So my problem was let G be Z to the direct sum N, which is the same group that Lane just proved was a group, where H for him is the specific group Z for me, and A for him is the specific set natural numbers. And I want to show that this group cross itself is isomorphic to this group. Okay, so you basically do like an interlacing even-odd sort of thing. So I just made this map, which I'm outlining in red. So you feed it two maps from the naturals to Z, and it spits out, or it has to eat a natural number and spit out, an integer. So you just do whatever F says to do if it's even, and whatever G says to do if it's odd. Technically, you have to check that this is the identity on all but finitely many things, but that's not too hard to see from this node over here, right? Because F and G both have that property. So phi of FG also has that property.
Nice.
I claim that this is an isomorphism. Here in blue is its inverse map, right? If you have a map here, then this map here in the first coordinate and this map here in the second coordinate will give you, the reverse over here. They're inverses of each other. So since an inverse exists, then it's bijection, and then green. And then I want to show it's a homomorphism, and it's just a calculation, right? If you have FG and F prime G prime, see what it does at N. Okay, if it's even, it's this. If it's odd, it's this. Okay, but that reduces to this by the definition of addition of functions, right? But this is just the definition of F plus F prime, G plus G prime. And that was for any N, so it's a homomorphism. And it's a bijective homomorphism, therefore it's an isomorphism, so we're done.
Cool. I like the interweaving, like even an odd thing. I probably wouldn't have thought of that.
Anybody else have a problem? Anyone else do a problem?
Well, not from the book.
Well, Tyler, now you can present something from Rudin.
I'm doing apostle problems at the moment.
Shit. Okay, sorry. Never mind.
Well, I just proved that the interior of every convex set is convex, and that the closure of a convex set is convex, and that every n-ball in Rn is convex, and that every n-dimensional open interval is convex. I've been working on convex problems a lot.
So is that a group?
No,
Okay, damn.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Dakota, you're still sharing your screen.
Yeah, this is
I'm looking at it.
theory homework.
He can do it if he wants to.
I mean, I guess. I just wanted to make sure he knew, so he doesn't, like, look at porn or something.
So problems this week seemed pretty, like, straightforward for everybody. Did you like your problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool, now let me talk to some real mathematicians. Austin.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, I like doing the category theory problems. They're kind of interesting, but they're just so easy, and I never feel like I do them right.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just the fucking graph!
Oh my god.
So I just never feel like I'm actually
Apology
correct.
all over again.
Yeah. You spend forever staring and you just write down one sentence, you're like, I guess that's just it.
Draw some fucking triangles, glue a handle to the triangles or some shit. There you go, it's homoeomethium. Just something.
Sleep through 2/3 of the class and get an
Get threatened by the professor for, like...
A. Oh yeah, have the professor
Alright, you
threaten
started
that
up
I'm
here.
gonna fail if I don't shape up, and then I get an A anyway.
God.
Glue a
What
couple of
happened?
triangles. Glue a couple of triangles together. A triple plus.
Take a piece of paper and fold it into a donut.
That was fucked up when he asked me to hold up that piece of paper.
That was fucked up.
To understand, it was like understanding what a Mobius strip was or something to identify the edges. And he's like, Tyler, fold this piece of paper, and I thought it was going to be like a new exercise or something that he was going to show the entire class, and I was like, then he just kept going, and I realized it was only for me, because he thought I was a fucking retard. Identify the edges of a rectangle. It's like, dude, my question was already answered in 1 second by Austin correcting me. You don't have to fucking do that. Piece of shit.
He's not at NDSU anymore. He and his wife moved back to Canada for like family or something.
Oh.
Let me see what that guy's at.
Maybe everybody just, like, was really disparaging to Leo Butler in the comments, so he was like...
I thought he would go biking in the south of France.
Did he say
He
that?
always fucking talked about that. We were biking in the south of France. Like, yeah, okay.
He always made analogies to his wife. Like, for all
What?
the people with significant others in here, it's like getting a shopping list from your wife. I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Like, what the fuck is a wife, idiot?
God, that got really bad in one of the grad topology courses he taught because someone asked a question about like a covering map or something.
Oh my god.
Like, you know, the map just forces the topology on the space, like a man forces himself on a woman. And I was, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't there. I heard this like secondhand, but
That
almost
sounds like
certainly
something you'd say. It's like, have you raped people before?
It's just like this
You
map.
know that's not how it's supposed to legally work.
Wow.
that was another time, I think in the same class, not in the same day, that someone was like, I forget what the subject matter was, but I think it was Aziz, was like, you know, why is this important? What will we be using this for? What is its relevance? And he was like, yeah, sometimes you need to know the time of day.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He was basically saying like, just cause.
You'll need to know this
That's
for
what he
the
intended.
upcoming homework. That's where you'll need to know it.
Anyways, how
Yeah.
was the section, everybody?
Subgroups.
I thought it
I
was
read
pretty
some of
cool.
it.
I like subgroups a lot. I think they're kind of interesting.
I don't know, it was really strange. This is the kind of math that always felt weird to me, where it's like, it's just a fucking set. Like, do we really need to dedicate so much shit to it?
What do you mean? Like
Yeah,
the
dude.
subgroup structure or what?
Well, yeah, because it's like, we already went through subsets, right? And
Yeah.
so, it's almost like you could just say, it's just a subset with with the with the fucking thingy on it, whatever it's called. Operation? Is that right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
it just seems like we go through all the subset stuff again. I could be wrong
I think
about
a
that.
little bit, but like I don't know.
You have to be careful because you have to make sure that it's a subset and the operation has to agree with the like parents group operation in a nice way.
Maybe
You do have to go through it. Like, you can't just do what I think and say, just fucking
so.
do it.
There's he made a comment somewhere that I think is like really indicative of like why subgroups are nice. I
Yeah.
don't know where it is, but he said something about how these like lemmas that he's proving kind of turn group theory into like a number theoretic thing, right? Like right after he did, I think it's right after he did like Z mod 12Z or something, where it's like, okay, there's 6 positive divisors of 12, which means that this subgroup has these 6 cyclic groups inside of it. And so the subgroup thing is like, if you know a lot about its subgroups, you can reduce questions about groups to like easier problems with easier groups.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and so if you know a lot of that structure or how like subgroups act on the group itself, you can say a lot about the group, which is kind of nice.
Mm.
Okay. There wasn't really anything in this problem or in this section that like I cared to talk about.
I like so I really like this example 6.3. The subgroup
Yeah, this is
generated-
really the only sort of thing in this section that wasn't already covered in like our undergrad algebra course.
Yeah.
Example what?
This so 6.3.
6.3.
It's on page 81. So this example is really indicative of like what's to come because I think he says later on you can think of like the free group generated by the whole group itself and not just the subgroup A. And then you can start doing what I talked about last time where you have like a free group on this G and then it sort of filters through the kernel of maps into G and it gives you a description via some presentation.
Oh,
So-
this is lemma 6.3. You want example
Yeah.
6.3.
So there's a lot of like neat structure that's kind of popping up in places that you can already talk about. And then the generating of A, like so on the next page when it says A is equal to the intersection of all these subgroups that contain it, that's something you do a lot in like ring theory when you get to it. And so having this idea built up already, like this intersection is the smallest subgroup which contains A, is useful in some way.
And in undergrad algebra, we did define like the subgroup generated by a set, but we defined it with this intersection property. Like we never mentioned anything of this free group stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess the free group stuff is like the natural way to like express this in the sort of category theoretic way.
Yeah.
Fucking play some retards kid.
Cool. I think isn't the entire like next chapter about rings?
Yeah, I would imagine. Oh, wait, the next chapter?
Yeah,
Like,
I think chapter 3.
Okay.
Chapter 3 is
Oh, yeah.
rings. Yeah.
Probably. Rings
like-
are like the next basic step in algebra for some reason.
I mean, what else would it be?
What do you mean for some reason?
Well, what if you had like a structure that was like looser than a ring, like it was a group,
Well,
but it
then
wasn't
fall
like,
off your finger.
but it wasn't. It didn't have like.
I hate this. Dude. Oh my
I give up.
fucking God.
Also, this section is like preparing you because they're talking about kernels a lot for the next section, which is
take
really
the
important. You start like quotienting out by like kernels of things or like other subgroups, which
Yeah.
is that starts to get hairy. That's where I like really hate group theory because it gets hard for me.
Cool.
Neat.
All right.
Should we assign problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me finish this room. Okay. Okay. So this.
Austin, do 6.10.
Okay.
6.2.
I'll type that in the chat.
Oh my god, it's so long.
Yeah,
It's so
do
many
6.
words.
Hey, you have the most time.
I don't even know if that's true.
It's not as long as you think. This
No,
this
it
one
doesn't look
Yeah.
that bad.
I mean, most of the problem is just a hint for the problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dakota, do 6.8.
6.8, what does that say? Prove that if only if there's... Oh, okay.
Lane do 6.5.
6.5. Okay. Type it in the thing so I remember. Thank you, Mitch. Subgroup of G. That's not necessarily the case if G is not community. Oh! I think I've done this one several times before. Awesome.
There you go.
Mitch, do 6.11.
Okay. I'll definitely do that.
God, this is like mostly just a hint for the problem.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a lot of like, it would be computation, but he's like, here, do this so you don't have to. I think you should recognize this group or something from physics. It shows up in a lot of places, at least.
What group? Like league groups or?
Well,
Yeah,
I was going to,
SL2C.
but then T actually threw me off a little bit because S looks like sigma Z, like the Z matrix. What is that called?
Yeah.
Poly matrices. It looks like the poly
Yeah, yeah.
matrices, but T
Yeah.
doesn't. Why is there an extra one in T?
Is it like the special orthogonal group? Because that's relevant in special relativity.
I think it might be. But
Because the Lorentz transformations are basically a matrix rotation, like SO4 or something.
I think it's a parent group to the actual orthogonal group, like SO2 or like SO or O2 or something like that. So I think it contains more than just the polyspin matrices, but I think that SO2 is like a subgroup of it.
Might be rotation matrices. Cool. So that was oversleeping with Austin.
Oh, where is...
Carmen San Diego?
Where's what?
Oh yeah, where's the book?
Oh, I just forgot to upload it or do
Oh,
anything
okay.
with it. I literally just forgot. And I remembered yesterday, and then I was like, well, I'll just work on the bolt at the same time.
Are you sure you didn't figuratively forget?
But that reminds me, did
Sure.
you see what Lane did to the Reddit?
I saw what somebody did to the Reddit.
Did you see the banner?
Yeah, I saw the banner. I saw that
So
banner
that-
like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's Dakota's onion boy that he drew.
And it's so big.
Do you like it?
It's okay, I guess.
He's a big onion boy.
It's a huge onion boy. Cool.
Neat.
Well, join in next time for Oversleeping with Austin.
Or next time, who knows who's going to oversleep? Is
It's
it
probably
Austin?
going to be Austin again.
Probably going to be Austin.
I wouldn't count me out.
For fact, it's Austin.
be
Next
Dakota.
week is Easter Sunday.
Oh shit! Join in next week for
Oh,
Raising the Dead 2.
That's right. I'm going to be out of town.
Yeah,
Is there